Today we're doing Tennessee onions. This dish is essentially an onion version of potatoes au gratin, or if you're from Tennessee, au gratin. Now, Tennessee onions are my third favorite thing to come out of Tennessee, right behind Tennessee whiskey and Tennessee Williams. Now, if you're from Tennessee, do yourself a favor and find someone from out of state to explain that joke to you. I actually really enjoy any time I get to cook with onions because it kind of combines my two favorite pastimes, playing with knives and crying alone. Speaking of crying yourself to sleep every single night for the past 2 years, if you do find yourself crying whenever you cook with onions, here are 2 tips. Number 1, sharpen your knives. The sharper the knife, the cleaner the cut. And when you have a dull knife trying to cut through an onion, you end up kind of mushing it a little bit. And all that mushing releases some of that sulfur into the air, which gets right into your eyes. No fun. And the second tip is you can wear protection. This recipe is super simple. I mean, it's gotta be if people from Tennessee make it. We're gonna need some olive oil, onions, whatever cheese you happen to have on hand. I'm using a combination of sharp and pepper jack. And then whatever you want to flavor it with. I'm gonna use pepper, smoked paprika for a little bit of color, cayenne just for a punch of heat, and then a little bit of a dried oregano just because it sounds kind of good. And obviously salt because we're cooking and we want to make food taste good. These are sweet onions because we're cooking a recipe from the South. Everything's gonna be sweet. Aren't you sweet? I'm gonna cut these onions crosswise, about 1/4 inch thick slices. I'm gonna throw all the onions into the big bowl and then start to add my cayenne pepper, my smoked paprika, my oregano, generous portion of salt, and cracked black pepper. It's been a while since my wrists have gotten that kind of workout. Then, just give it a nice stir. You can use your hands here, wooden spoon, whatever you've got going. All right, now the final step is assembly. I'm using this sweet 13x9 pan from Le Creuset. All we need to do is lube it up with a little bit of olive oil. Give it a nice little rub down, a little behind the ears. Okay, the last step, we're gonna throw all of our onions into the pan, cover with the cheese and a little bit of butter. Again, this is for heart health. You know, with food this good and this rich, I don't know how people in the South stay that skinny. All right, I'm gonna cover these guys with a little bit of foil, pop in the oven at 350 for about 40-45 minutes, and then we'll see how they look. All right, the timer just went off. We're gonna pull it out of the oven, rip off that tin foil hat conspiracy theory thing, and then pop it back in for just a few minutes to brown up nicely. Holy crap. Okay, this smells amazing. I don't want to put this back in the oven. I want to eat it right now, but I shan't. I'll go back in the oven. Let's let it brown up a little bit more. All right, the timer just went off. Let's whip these bad boys out and see what we got. Oh, now we're talking. Look at that, it browned it up perfectly. The red from the paprika, nice little color in there. This looks so good. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one where we're gonna do, I don't know, something else. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Oh, and the most important thing, subscribe to my newsletter. Link in the description, check it out. It's funny, it's good. I send recipes like this, but also more stuff. And you don't have to subscribe to my YouTube channel then. You can just get the newsletter instead. In fact, if you only had one thing to subscribe to in the whole world, I would say do the newsletter, not the, but do both, actually. Even if you just have one, I would just do both. All right, I'm gonna finish up this cocktail, dig into this. Cheers. That is a wrap on onion. What is up? I'm your host, Anthony LeDonne, and man, I have nuts in my throat. Let's not put that on camera. I hear it. I hear it. A whole bunch of nuts. And okay, this is great. I'm bent over a counter screaming. I just had a whole bunch of nuts.